Welcome to Criminology Online. My name is Sheila Pierre. I am your professor for the spring of 2026. This is long overdue, and I apologize. This snowstorm has been a lot for me, especially since it's only myself shoveling out of 20 feet. Um, but long overdue. This is week one. Week one, of course, is where we go over the syllabi. I want you guys to get comfortable with the class and everything that this class is to entail. So this specific video is going to go over the Blackboard as well as the syllabi, and I'm going to cover questions that I've gotten within the first like 5 days of the semester. So bear with me. This might take um, a couple of minutes. When I say a couple, it's not short. It might be about maybe 10 to 15 minutes, but I'll work my way through it. So let me share my computer with you guys quickly. Share. Okay, so hopefully you can see in front of you the Blackboard for our semester. So we are not an intro, well, an introductory criminology class. We're going to go over specifically what crime is, be able to define crime, go over criminology, what is the field of criminology, and what do criminologists do? What do we do in this field? And go over careers and things like that. But this class does focus on theory as well. So, heavy emphasis on the theory. Not that it's going to be boring, but we do focus on theory. So, welcome to our course. In this specific section that pops up, at least it pops up on my end first, is the start here syllabi. You can see that to the left. So again, welcome to the course. Make sure you read through this initial tab. In this section, you'll find the syllabus, the schedule, and other important information. Here below, you will find my contact information. Again, my name is Sheila Pierre. I go by Sheila. My email at NECC is spierre@necc.mass.edu. I do have a campus phone. I don't know that number, so I did set up a Google number that goes straight to my phone. If you do tend to use that, I do have a lot of students who tend to use that option because they get my responses quickly. Um, the number is 508-921-0436. I do have in-person, face-to-face office hours on the Haverhill campus only on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 12:15 to 4 p.m. So if any of you would like to come and visit me personally on the Haverhill campus, I am there. Typically, I will be in the Haverhill Commons, which is located at C20, I believe it's C203 in the Spurk building. But you can find me in my office as well. My office is also in the Spurk building, C314H. So that's on the third floor. And once you go up the steps, it is to your left from the front of the building. Okay. Um, the course syllabi. Okay. Let's get into that real quick. And I may have already actually opened it. So yeah, it was already open. So our course syllabi. So hopefully you guys can still um, see my computer screen. Let me scroll all the way to the top. Pardon, I do have an older Mac. But let me go through the syllabi and then I'll jump right back into the Blackboard. Okay. So again, this is a 16-week online course. Sorry for the first 2 weeks of the semester. Again, we've had a snowstorm. In the first week, there were a lot of questions. And let me say that a lot of the stuff in the syllabi, it is there really for admin purposes, administrative purposes. So I am going to go through the syllabi. It might be quick. Again, I am not jumping over these things because they are not important. They are important, but you can read them on your time. Okay. Online 16-week criminology course. It's really going to be more like 14 because of um, the weather issues. But again, you have my contact information right on that second page. I do have a quote there related to criminology. Please read that on your own. Though I will go over the course description, this course will explore the relationship of crime and crime control to systems of inequality. When we're talking about systems of inequality, if you've taken a Social 101 class, we're talking about systems such as racial, gendered, ageist, class systems of inequality. Students will gain a firm understanding of race, class, gender, and sexuality as categories of analysis and as structures which influence the life course. The class will also explore the arguments that scholars and activists have made about how systems of inequality are maintained and reproduced by criminal justice institutions and practices. Additionally, students will gain familiarity with intersectionality as a method of analysis, as it has been taken up to answer criminological questions. Our explorations of these questions will be situated in historical context, and then service learning. It's not part of this course. I do teach two other criminology courses where service learning is a part of the course because it is face to face. This is online. You guys won't have to worry about that. Okay. I do have, again, for admin purposes, the official catalog description. Our learning outcomes, you will see weekly the learning outcomes that I want you guys to get out of the course. So you will see that in every single module, what you are supposed to take away from that week's readings, discussions, videos, assignments, etc. The required text, okay? The required text for this class is an open source textbook. Open source meaning that it is free. However, um, it can be downloaded onto your personal computer, an iPad, a tablet. You can even print out sections of it if you want. Again, it is open source, it is free. It is done that way on purpose. But the reader is called Introduction to Criminology, a Canadian open source resource. You can use your phone to snap the QR code here, but you can also click within the document itself and grab the text there. I will always include the text in every single module as well. Okay. You guys know my office hours. Late work won't be accepted. And with my online courses, I do tend to keep things open. Okay. That is not to say that there isn't a schedule when things should be turned in. Those dates are for those of you who need structure. And I would hope that the entire class follows that structure. I will go over the structure. So there are, again, it's online, but I do put dates when things should be read, when assignments should be submitted, etc. That's for you to keep you on track. Okay. And I'll go over that when I get to the schedule. Um, Email, how to get in contact with me. If you do, sorry for my cat, but if you do decide to get in contact with me via email, please allow me 24 hours to answer that email. Again, I do prefer the Google number. It goes straight to my phone. It's not my personal number. It is a class Google number. It goes straight to my phone and I can get back to you within an hour. So email, it might take me a longer time. And again, I'm using this video to address some of the concerns via email that I got. Um, Accommodations for any of you guys who need accommodations. This is an online class. It's not a fast-paced class. There is lots of material, but it's a diverse group of materials. It shouldn't take that long. You do have the time to do it, but if you need additional support, you can go to the CAR Center, formerly the Learning Accommodation Center. I do have their contact information on this document, so please feel free. And then there's other important university policies. Go through that. The add drop policy is there, academic honesty. Make sure you go over plagiarism. There is writing in this course, and I will go over in a different video in regards to plagiarism. If you are a CJ major, criminal justice major, this course does does fit along with the CJ major for the course that I believe is titled Criminology for the Research Practitioner for the Criminal Justice Program. So that covers this. Okay. Um, your success in this course depends on those following and on that following. Please read through that. There are some requirements. Now, what your grade is going to consist of, okay? It's going to consist of discussion posts, your individual discussion posts, your replies to other people's discussion posts, okay? And writing assignments, your individual writing assignments. A discussion is not the same as a writing assignment, and I will go through that, okay? So, pardon. And this is a final research paper. Okay. So your final course grade, individual writing assignments, final research paper, and active engagement preps, which are the discussions. Sorry. They are the discussions. Okay. The active engagement preps, aka discussions. Okay. So let's go through the course. Okay. So, week one, and I'll bounce back and forth between the syllabus and week one's module. Week one, you have, and again, there are days of the week when I suggest you do these things. Okay. You have assigned readings. For week one, you have to read our open source reader right here, chapter one, What is Crime? Okay. There is outside reading that you can get. Again, make sure you log into your own personal computer. If you are on campus, you log into the computer, you instantly have library access, but it is through the NECC library. What is Crime by Joyce P. and Laverick W. You do have a couple of things to watch. Crime, a crash course in sociology, as well as what does a criminologist do. And then some additional other reading, criminology positions. This just talks about salaries, certain positions that you can do in this field, and then understanding why people commit crimes. It seems heavy. The heaviest thing I will say is the chapter. Everything else light. Okay. Those readings, I do suggest those readings be done at minimum by Tuesday evening. Tuesday before your head hits that pillow. Sound good? Okay. Um, and the reason I'm saying that is because typically in my face-to-face classes, I always lecture on Mondays. With this online class, your lectures will be uploaded typically on a Monday. Have that lecture finished by Monday on your end. Have your reading finished by Tuesday, sorry. And then by Friday, I want you, my online students, to make sure you do your engagement preps, right? Your discussion. Okay. your individual discussion. And then you have until Sunday. If there is an assignment, there's not always an assignment. If there is an assignment, to upload your assignment as well as to respond to other people's posts. Sound good? I hope that sounds good. Okay. So watch your lectures on Monday, read and go over any kind of documentaries, YouTubes, readings by Tuesday evening. Upload your own individual discussion by Friday. And by Sunday, engage in two other people's discussion posts. And if there is an assignment, complete your assignment. Sound good? Okay. So going back to the first module, week one, we are currently on week one. Week one, I want you again, go over the readings by Tuesday, up, read, no, sorry, watch the lecture. Okay, it is an online course, but I do lecture in um my face-to-face classes. Watch the lecture that I do for my classes, and then do your discussion by Friday. Sound good? And engage with your individual assignment. You will see your individual assignment on your end. It's already uploaded, but that individual assignment, if we scroll down to, I haven't uploaded yours. Yours is probably going to be uploaded in week two. Your individual assignment, it is coming. It will be due February 8th. I don't know why it's not up there. Sound good? Okay. I'll make sure I write that out clearly for you and fix that. Okay. Each week is going to be structured the same. Okay. It's going to tell you what to do, when's it due, and you'll see the drop boxes, the submission boxes for it at the bottom. Sound good? Okay. So, welcome again to criminology, and I will do the lecture in just a few. I'm doing an online lecture for my students this afternoon. All of that will be uploaded this afternoon because snow day yesterday, snow day today, but I have them sitting in on the lecture this evening. Sound good? So I will see you guys in an additional video with the lecture this evening. See ya. Bye.